Welcome to Bandit's Keep Actual Play. I'm Daniel. Today we are continuing my original Dungeons & Dragons actual play. I'm playing solo using Chainmail as my combat system and outdoor survival for navigation, if you will. It was going really well for the Foxes. They had scooped up some treasure fairly easily, had some pretty easy combats. Well, let's admit it, they were cruising through. But now they're facing a hero. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so this is going to be potentially a very, very tough fight. We've got a hero, which of course is fights as 4, right? And we have 5 bandits. So what we need to do now is figure out where we're at. Surprise and all those stuff. I don't have enough points to avoid them. So at least one round of combat's going to have to happen. Obviously, you use your normal rules from the game, so if they want to run, we can figure that out. But maybe the dice will go in our way. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll to see if anybody is surprised. Okay, nobody is surprised. The other thing I'm going to do, and I'm kind of thinking about this right now because the adventure doesn't actually say how to handle the reaction rolls, I think I'm going to add, or subtract rather, this number here from the reaction roll, meaning that maybe there's like a buzz around that something's up in the camp. So let's roll the reaction of the enemy. Okay, so that would be a good reaction, actually 10, like almost like, oh, they recognize you, they think you're somebody. But instead, it's a 7, which is basically a neutral on just barely above bad reaction. So I'm going to say that everybody's on guard at this point. And we're going to roll a distance. Okay? Before we do that, I'm going to say they're on guard. They look for a second. I'm going to make even odds here. We're going to use the Oracle. Does the hero recognize that these people shouldn't be here? Like they look different. They've got an eye on it. Yes. Okay. So with that reaction, there's a bit of hesitation, but they definitely are coming forward. They draw their weapons and they say, "You stay where you are." Of course, the party's not going to do that. So we're going to roll initiative. If the party wins initiative, or even if they don't, let's roll distance first. That's actually going to matter. Okay, 6. Okay, so that's actually not bad for the party because 6 inches is basically... Movement in chainmail is 9. And of course, they're going to move as a group. So if they're 6 away... they can get there in the move, but they're going to have to spend at least half the move getting there, which just sets something up in my head, which is that the PCs are going to reform. First of all, we're going to roll initiative, but even if the hero moves forward, basically, if the hero in group move forward, the PCs are going to form a line to protect the magic users, who are going to try to one of them is going to try to cast a sleep spell on that hero. It doesn't seem likely unless they win initiative. But if they win initiative, then we're going to do it. Yeah, we'll see how it works out. They win initiative. Okay. So here's the question. And I've had this come up before. My general rule on a big mass combat is that if they move forward and they make contact, as long as they're not touching the magic user, they can cast the spell. But again, we're not in a hallway of a dungeon, so I've got to make a call here. The way I would normally do it is I would just think about it and say, well, can they cast it before they get to him? It's going to be most of their movement to get to him. I'm going to say it's a 50-50. So this magic user here is going to forego, this one, shooting their longbow, and instead is going to cast sleep. This magic user is going to step back because they want to save their sleep spell and they're not wearing any armor. These guys are all going to step forward and take the rush. If I roll no here, then basically the magic user, they won't waste the spell, they won't cast it, but it'll just be, they won't be able to attack this round. So this will be kind of an important roll, because obviously a sleep spell is going to be, make this fight go in a completely different direction. No, they cannot do it. Okay. The hero charges forward, they're too close, the magic user can't get the spell off fast enough, and the first round of combat happens. So again, we're going to use abstract combat because the number of combatants on the field is quite a bit. Plus, the hero is of a different category. So again, we have the hero, which counts as 5 figures, plus 5 bandits. They're all using swords, which means they're heavy foot. So they're attacking as heavy foot. That's 9 heavy foot. The party, on average, is defending as armored foot because most of the party's in plate mail. So we look up heavy foot versus armored foot, 1 die per 2 men. So again, we're at 9 right now, which means they get 4 dice. Any 6s will be kills in this case because these guys are all first level. So let's see, and again, remember, it's simultaneous, so they'll still get to attack. Let's see if any of the party members go down in this first strike. Yes. Oh no, okay. Because I said how everybody was moving, I'm going to say that it can only be 1, 2, 3, or 4. They're basically defending these 2 magic users. So let's roll a d4 to see who's going down. Two. 1, 2. Okay, that dwarf. Now again, if you haven't seen this before, when somebody fights as something with a bonus to their hit die, like this dwarf does, they're 1+1, they get effectively a saving throw. If they roll a 6 on this, they're not down. Oh, yes. All right. The clash happens. The dwarf gets hit hard. They stagger back, but they're not down. Now the party gets to return blows. Again, these 2 aren't going to get to because of what I said they were doing. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 heavy foot. In the rules, as written, or the way I do it, a hero cannot be targeted first, except by other heroes, which means that they have to target the bandits first. And the bandits are all wearing leather armor, which makes them light foot. So if we look here, heavy foot with the swords versus light foot, 1 die per man, 5 or 6 hits. Now we do have a couple of things going on here. +1, +1, +1, no +1. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to roll these 3 white dice to represent the fighters. They each get a +1 to them, and that one gets a no bonus at all. Any dice that the total, including the bonus, equals 5 or 6, we'll take out a bandit, because again, they're also 1 hit die. Okay, that gets a +1. So 2 of the 5 bandits have gone down. Because they have the hero with them, well, that's 1/3 actually. They might actually flee from the combat. Let's make a morale check immediately. They are considered light foot. So light foot needs an 8 or better. That is, they have to roll 2d6 and get an 8 or better. Because the hero is with them, they get a +1 to the roll. 6 + 1 is 7. So the remaining 3 bandits break from combat. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. That being the case, and not wanting to alert everybody of their presence, this next round of combat, the 1 elf here that was going to cast, you know what, there's 3 of them, right? Should I risk it? Yeah, I'm going to risk it. These 3 elves, because they're already back, they're going to draw their longbows and shoot at the retreating bandits. These 4 are going to engage the hero. All right, so back at it. Next round of combat. Initiative doesn't actually matter here because when they start fleeing, we'll shoot the arrows. Basically, we're going to shoot them at their halfway point, and if they reach their full move, which is 12, they'll still be within range. So we're going to get 2 shots at them, actually. I think if they don't get killed at short range, I'll make some kind of roll to see if we encounter more bandits, if they alert somebody. If this goes up 1 more, we'll have to, again, we're adding stuff as we go here because this is the nature of playing the game, right? So, all right, so number 1, let's deal with that first. The 3 bandits break and run. These 2 elves shoot at them. They're using longbows. They're going to be able to shoot them at the halfway point, which is 6, which is short range for a longbow. When you're shooting a longbow against Lightfoot, one die per man, 4 through 6 hits. Each of them is worth 1 man. So this guy's 1 man, okay? 4 through 6 hits. But they have a bonus on their dexterity, so they get 1 more die. And they're in short range, so they get 1 more die. So they're rolling 3 dice. Any 6s, any 4 through 6s rather, are kills. Okay, 1 kill. This elf does not have the bonus with dex. They're rolling 2 dice. Any 4 through 6s are kills. 2 kills, okay. So The bandits start to flee. They don't get very far before arrows strike them in the back, dropping them. Now we switch to the melee. The hero is going to attack. The hero fights as 4 figures. They are attacking, again, hairy foot versus armored foot, which is 1 die per 2. So they're going to roll 2 dice. Any 6s are kills. No kills. The party gets to fight back. Here's the thing. This is where being a hero is a good thing. They are heavy foot, right, versus heavy foot, which is 1 die per man, 6 hits. That's great, right? However, a hero must be struck 4 times simultaneously. That means in the same round to take them out, which means that I'm going to roll 4 dice here because we have 4 people. 3 of them are going to get a bonus of +1, but I have to get 4 6s to kill this hero. Next round, we'll add the other fighters, so that'll help, but this is going to be a tough one. Can they defeat this hero? With 2 hits, they do not. The next round starts up. Again, the hero attacks. Any 6s are kills. Nothing. The party now gets 6 dice because... Oh, I used my dice that were for the... Got excited. The party now gets 6 dice. Let me do this right. 3 of them, the white ones, get bonuses. So the 3 white dice get +1. We need 4 6s to kill this guy. 1 6, no 6s. Okay. Hero goes again. Any 6s are kills. Ooh. They take out a party member. At this point, it could be any of them, so I'm just going to roll a d6. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be this dwarf. He does get a saving throw. Yes! Again, the dwarfs save. These are very lucky dwarfs. Okay. Oof. Either way, they would have got their attack. Again, attacking again. The white dice get +1. 1, 2, nothing. Hero goes again. This might be a helpless case for these guys. Nothing. Party goes again. It's fast and furious. No. Hero goes again. Ooh. Hero takes out somebody. Number 6, the cleric. They do not get a save, unfortunately. But this first round, they'll still get to attack. 1, 2. Damn it. Nope, nothing. Now there's only 5. Hero goes first. Oof. All right. The party's going to probably have to run here. 1, 2, 3. They take out this elf. He also does not get a save. Okay, but this first turn, they get to fight back. Nope. All right. Do not phase a hero in your first level. All right. I'm going to roll initiative because if they win initiative, they're going to try to flee. They are not faster than him, though. All right. Hero. Party. They only got 4 dice now. Nope. All right. They're gonna try to run. Roll initiative. If they win initiative, we'll do like a chase off, I guess. They do. All right. They're at least able to break contact. Actually, yeah, they break contact. At this point, we're going to try to run. So they move their distance away from them, which is 6. The hero is faster than them. Would this hero chase them down? I feel like they would. So let's use the Oracle here. Will the hero chase them down? And what we're going to do in this case is we're going to move on the hex normally, but the hero is going to automatically follow them as long as I roll yes here. And they'll have to fight them in combat if they... Because if one more of them goes down, it's over. No. Okay. I mean, it's not that he wouldn't follow them, but they're going to be able to lose the hero. So they basically break off combat. I'm going to flip this up. And we're going to go back to this grid. I guess I'm going to roll randomly to see what direction they go in. Because they're out of that hex. 8. They actually can leave, and they might actually choose to do so. But Not until this is over. Because I just lost 2 party members. Okay, the guy at the top. 9. Okay, so 9 is this way. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. So let me think for a second. I think it's foolish to try to stay. I mean, they only got 1,000 gold pieces, but they basically are only 4 left. And if they encounter another hero, they're at dead meat. Of course, that guy's no longer a hero because he's not following them. That was a bad roll. But basically, at this point, almost any roll I get is going to come up with a hero, and they can't defeat a hero. So they're going to choose to leave. So when the party chooses to leave, we switch to the retreat. Hex making it more difficult to leave, obviously. And they get to go first. All they have to do is move 1 hex, as long as they don't roll terribly here. 8. 8 would put them back here. They use 1 point to turn to this. And they leave. Whew. Okay, the party retreats. Now, I think because there's only 4 of them, and they did recover some treasure, I believe they're just going to leave and go back to the village. They're going to need some reinforcements. Like many first level parties, they're going to have to come and go multiple times to be able to pull anything off. They didn't get a whole lot of experience points, but they're pretty close to home, so hopefully we can get them back out in the field as quickly as possible. All right, I had a little bit of a technical difficulty, so you might see a glitch there. And I'm going to start the ride home over. Basically, we are on January 2nd, is when we went into the camp, as it would be. We're only there for half a day or whatever, and we're going to leave on the next day. One thing we want to do, I didn't check the weather on the 2nd, so we're going to do that now. Again, I'm using the weather here. 1. Okay, it goes down. So it was in 3, now it's in 2, which is still light rain. So it's been raining for a couple of days. That's going to make our movement about half. And since our movement is only 3, what I'm going to basically say is that I can move 1 and then 2 hexes, if that makes sense. So first day we'll move 1 hex. I'm going to roll a d6 to see if I get lost. On a 1, I'm lost. Okay, I'm lost. The rain has thrown us off. We go in direction 4, which is straight down, towards the mountains. I don't know how that happened. I guess the clouds must have really blocked our way. Since we were only moving 1 hex that day, that's the end of it as far as movement, but we're going to roll a d6 to see if we have any encounter. We do not. Okay, next day. Let's see if we get lost. Hopefully not. 5. We are not lost. We can move 2 hexes today. I'm going to roll for the weather. 1. Okay, good. Okay, the weather has moved down to fog. So there's supposed to be like sustainable weather effects, and I keep going back and forth about it. I'm going to say that our movement's back to normal because I haven't really been balancing that properly. I may end up doing long-term weather effects, but I think I'll need a better way to chart it if I'm going to do that. So for now, we're just going to say we're back to normal, which is 3 hexes today. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to end in the plains. Roll a d6 to see if we have an encounter. We do. Okay, an encounter in the plains. I'm going to roll or the clear, as they say here, a d8 to see what it is. 5. 5 is animals. Okay. Basic animals, d12. 3. Lizards. Okay, so I think we'll just straight up say go with giant lizards. I know sometimes I go back and forth, whether we should see if they're just regular lizards or giant lizards, but I think giant lizards is more fun. The rain's let up, and the giant lizards have been wandering around. So when we look at large insects or animals, we're looking at 2 to 16 in total. 4. Again, we want more than less. 6. That's not great. That is less than half, though it is more than 25%. So if we look at our evasion chart here, we're a group of 4. We have a 50% chance. Now, we are on foot. I generally make giant animals the same speed as people. So we're going to say we're equal speed. So this means that we have a straight up 50% chance to evade them. I'll roll D percentile. If we evade them, we're good to go. If not, we'll have to move in a random direction. 6, which means we did not succeed. 68. So we're going to roll randomly. 2. Okay, so we move this way. Now, they're not faster than us. So again, if the monster is faster than the party, there's a 50% chance it will catch the party. Okay? So we move in a random direction, and die is rolled to determine the pursuit. A die is rolled to determine if pursuit will continue. If it continues, then whatever. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to say, will pursuit continue? I'm going to just do the evasion check again. So we have a 50% chance of evading them. That is a 0. So unless I roll another 0, we're probably good. 3. All right, yes, we evade them the next day, but a day did go by, which means I need to check the weather. 2, it went down, which is moving us back into fog. So again, I don't think that really is slowing us down too much. Actually, let me check fog. Maybe we are supposed to be slowed down from fog. Yeah, it's supposed to slow us down 1/4 of our movement. So reduce our movement by 1 hex. I guess we should have done that yesterday too, but I'm not going to worry about it at this point. So today we can only move 2 hexes. And actually, because we ran, we can only move half our movement. So our movement is actually only 1 hex today. So let's see if we get lost. We do not. We move 1 hex. Now let's see if we have an encounter. We do. Man. What is it? 8. 8's not good. 8's a flyer. This could be bad for us. No, it's not. 8 is a dragon, which is also not great. All right, on the dragon list, we're going to roll D12. We're definitely going to run from this. 8. Okay. Oh, it's basilisks. Okay. I forgot to do this for the other thing, but we're going to do it now. Is the party surprised? No. Are the basilisks surprised? No. Okay, so now we're definitely going to run from these guys because we cannot beat them. Basilisks come in groups of 1 to 6. 6. Okay, good. That's good. Maximum number. Let me check their speed. Their move in inches is only 6. They're slower than we are. We're twice as fast as they are. So, group of 4 to 9. Over 60%. Gives us a 70% chance to evade. Let me do that so it's easier. Plus 25% because we're faster. We have a 95% chance to evade these basilisks, which is very good. That's a 7 and a 2, so 72. We evade the basilisk, no problem. Is this their lair? I forgot to check that for the other stuff, but basilisk lair could be nice. 40% of basilisks are in their lair. 2, yep, so it is basilisk lair. I'm going to mark that. Let's mark it with a die, because hopefully, unless things go very wrong, we're going to be home tomorrow, so I don't have to write down what that is. Here we go. Next day. Weather. 2 goes down again, which stays with fog. So we can only move 2 hexes, but we're only 1 hex away. Don't get lost. On a 1, we're lost. We're not lost. We are home. Okay. I think I did that right. Sometimes I start moving fast and I lose track of my time, but I believe that was 6 days, which is perfect because we would have had to rest the next day. So we left on January the 3rd. So we get to town on January the 9th. We can mark that there is a basilisk lair here in that spot, which I will do, and we'll go from there. So the party lost 2 members, which is certainly not the worst that's happened on one of these adventures. They got a little bit of gold and slew a few monsters, as it would be bandits. So they didn't do terribly. They're definitely going to have to go back. I think they'll probably use some of their spoils to get some horses because we can see, again, dropping back to these low-level parties that are just starting, being on foot out in the wilderness, oof, it's really tough. If you've been enjoying these videos, and I hope you have if you got this far, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell to get notifications and all that goodness. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can pick up one of my Bandits Keep t-shirts. I have them. I don't have the actual t-shirts, but I have a link to them in the description below. I also have a link down there to my Patreon. You can also support the channel that way. And my Discord, which is a great place to meet other gamers. So jump over there, join the conversation, and I'll talk to you soon.